Hello and good day to panel 1 and panel 2. My name is Ejay Kumar, Vijay Kumar. I am from 3BMMW section 1 across 2. For PSM, I am doing research to study the material used to make fishing rod and their stiffness and elasticity strength using bending test and torsion test. For this project, my supervisor is TS Dr. Omar bin Dr. Putih. This is the content of the slide. Introduction, problem statement, objective, project scope, methodology, and preliminary result. Introduction. The study is to research the difference on the properties of different materials used in making fishing rod. The most common material used are bamboo, fiberglass, graphite, carbon fiber, and composite. This material will be examined in terms of stiffness and elasticity. Elasticity is the ability of a deformed material body to return to its original shape and size, while stiffness is the extent to which an object receives deformation in response to applied force. Both are load similar, but they are different because stiffness measured quantitatively and elasticity are measured qualitatively. As for this research, the result from the testing will help the angler to get the better information on knowing the ability of the fishing and choosing which is the better. Problem statement. Fishing rod has many types and it is made of many materials. There is always a question on which is the best and how to choose a fishing rod among anglers. To explain about this, I had performed an experiment of bending and torsion tests that will analyze the material properties of different types of material of fishing rod. Because sometimes expensive fishing rod can't deliver the best action in fishing, while the cheapest fishing rod not always give the worst performance. From this study, we can differentiate the stiffness and elasticity type of material used to make fishing rod and which is the best material. Objective of my project is firstly to study the difference between the material used in making the fishing rod. The second is to conduct bending and torsion tests of the fishing rod in order to study the mechanical properties of the material. And thirdly, to analyze bending and torsion tests of the fishing rod in order to study the mechanical properties of material. This is the project scope of my project. Scope of this research is to examine the mechanical properties of fishing rod with its stiffness and elasticity. These fishing rods come in many types and made by many materials. Some types of fishing rods share the same material, so the type of material has to be considered first before studying about the type of fishing rod. The test will be applied to the specimen in torsion and bending test. Testing to study the stiffness and elasticity. The research focusing for different types of material used such as fiberglass, bamboo, graphite, carbon fiber, and composite. Literature review. These are my findings for my research. First of all, I start with type of fishing rod. There are many types of fishing rod, and the second is materials used to make rod. The most common material used are bamboo, fiberglass, graphite, and carbon fiber, and composite. And the third research is about mechanical properties. There are many types of mechanical properties in engineering, and my focus are on elasticity and stiffness. Stiffness are the degree to which an object receives deformation in response to an applied force, while elasticity is the ability of a disturbed material body to return to its original shape and size. Fiberglass. as from the information I gathered, fiberglass are lighter and durable. Graphite are lighter and stronger, while carbon fiber are lighter, stiffer, and brittle. I mainly focus for these three type of material because from the research I gathered, bamboo are no longer used as a fishing rod because our technology has improved and the composite is cannot be calculated because there are many types of composite. This is the methodology for my research. First, for methodology, I have choose three types of material, which is fiberglass, carbon fiber, and graphite. And for the specimen preparation, fiberglass comes in solid form as needed, and the rod has to be formed in solid form rod. As for carbon fiber comes in carbon sheet and have to be rolled into a rod using the composite lab in our faculty, and the specimen have to be in a hollow form rod, while graphite also came in a graphite sheet and have to be rolled into a rod too. The graphite rod also have to be in a hollow form rod because when it comes to fishing rod, fiberglass always in the form of a solid rod, while carbon fiber and graphite rod are in a hollow form. So I don't want to change the characteristic of the fishing rod. These are the testing and how I have to test the specimen. For torsion test, the dimension of the torsion testing as from the diagram, and below are the machines that are used for torsion testing. The machine is manually handled, and for bending testing, I want to use 3-point bending test because 3-point bending tests are mostly used for brittle material, and from the research, graphite, carbon fiber, and fiberglass are some of the materials which are brittle. And as for the specimen, I have calculated there are 6 specimens, 2 specimens for each material, and from the 2 specimens, 1 are for torsion test and 1 specimen are for bending test. And now for the procedure of experiment. First of all, for torsion testing. For torsion test, before starting the lab, calculate the maximum load that can be applied to the rod, assuming a limit of 75 megapascal, and measure the diameter and length of the rod, radius of the pulley, mass, and any other relevant data. Then we set the angle. Thirdly, place the specimen in position and make sure both ends are secure. Fourthly, add mass and measure the angle of rotation. Fifth, repeat the process of adding mass until the specimen is punctured. That is for the torsion test. While for bending test, prepare a specimen as ASTM standard. Specimen is placed horizontally across the two supports. Then force is applied in the middle of the two supports and the result will be recorded until the specimen is fractured. These are the chart for my methodology, for my research. First of all, I have to choose the specimen, and the second, I have to check for the specimen defect. If the specimen have a defect, I have to choose another specimen. If the specimen is okay, I will go through the cutting process, which I have to cut into ASTM standard. After cutting the specimen, I can go through the bending test and torsion test. After the torsion test and bending test, I will gather the result and analyze the result. These are the preliminary results for my research. As stated from the product review and description about fishing rod made from graphite, the fishing rods that are made from graphite are the most best. It because of the material properties, which is strong, lightweighted, high stiffness, and high elasticity. As from the research, the expected result should be that the material graphite will have the high stiffness and elasticity comparing to the other material. The graphite should have high modulus of elasticity. That's all from me. Thank you.